We have the Mushroom as the Absent Dynasty, and we have Mechroid as the Deli player. Let's go to casting mode. Welcome to another gameplay. If you're joining us on YouTube, or if you're joining us on Twitch, thank you both. Either way, please do either follow or subscribe and like or chat. Either, however you want to handle it. I appreciate you just kind of enjoying the content. And thank you for all the support in the past couple days. Just started a week ago, and it's already been an absolute blast casting these games, and then also streaming as well. Had a few people in the chat, which has been a lot of fun, so we can kind of, hopefully we can build from there. Now, getting to the game. This is on the PUP server, and we actually just watched a Mechroid game last game against Mr. W. Mechroid was the Chinese for that one. Played an really excellent game, really completely stunted the strategy that the Ottoman player wanted to play with that new trading landmark. So let's see what they can do as the Delhi Sultanate. And they're playing against not a mushroom, but Mushroom as the Absent Dynasty, which I love the name, so I had to click and watch this replay. Delhi's kind of, at this point, they're pretty flexible with all the new changes. They can kind of play a load of different styles. With all the upgrades that they'll be getting, and the new ones, the elephants have been recently buffed, so there's a lot of things that they can kind of do. We might get a water wars as well over this pond in the middle, because these deep fish water food spots are super valuable. An early fishing boat already coming out, and another one here. So wondering when we'll see and who will decide to make the first aggression on that point. But for now, we'll just kind of wait. We're getting an early forestry for, that's the first thing they're going to be choosing to kind of research as a Delhi player. Get some more wood going, which is, I'm assuming, would correlate to wanting to get more and more fishing boats out as soon as possible. And then this upgrade is manuscript trade. Scholars, garrison, and docks provide 20% fast production speed and encourage global research. It's a pretty cool upgrade. And then we obviously just have the dock for the Absent Dynasty player. See what they go for first in the wings. Love the blue, the purple pants that we got going on for the blue colorway. And yeah, so it looks like it's a pretty standard start for this type of map. We have the House of Wisdom going down. Let's see what wing they get first. And then we have an early barracks going down as well. Who's whistling at me? We have the sheeps being collected. None from on this scout, but they've already been returned, it looks like. And who needs sheep when you have this much fresh fish available? Which is always good to kind of get rid of this first one, just so you don't, as this a non-renewable resource and the sheeps only have so much, so getting this value early on is always really good. We have tons and tons of sheep, tons of fishing boats kind of going down. Moving more towards the middle one. Nope. They're going to cause the first aggression, it looks like. Going after the early, just barely not look at that villager. So causing some idle time, but at the same time, the idle time as well for Mechroid, so I'm not sure who's going to come out on top there. Sending an early spearman just out to see if they can do as much damage as possible. Here comes another one from that early barracks, trying to just have complete superiority. Was able to get that boat inside in time, which is always nice. I believe the 4 is like the perfect number, and you can start to kind of build en masse behind it, which is what the Absent player is doing. One goes actually down, which is actually a little bit of a miss micro there, but at the same time, what can you really do? Another spearman coming in. I'm actually going to start to get involved in throwing it at the ships. So it looks like pretty much already, because of the ability of the Absent boats to shoot, that this is already going to be GG pretty quickly in terms of the pond battle. We have 2 more docks going down here, which is we have to cancel both of them because these fishing boats were able to see it. Now, obviously, the biggest thing for this, what's going to happen is that the economy of the Delhi player is going to be drastically superior in terms of food, with the ability to own this dock. Is there any? So it looks like we do have a scout over here, and there it goes. They know they need something, right? They need to counter this food imbalance in some sort of way. But obviously, the deep water fish are the true prizes of this pond in the middle, and the Delhi player playing really well around this barracks and producing some needed spearmen so they can actually make it so that there's not even a chance for the absent player to kind of get involved. It looks like the trade wing was what was the first going up. Traders and trade ships can return secondary resources, so it looks like they're going to be going for a quick trade post and kind of just building the economy that way, thinking they probably need something to counteract this increased economy for the Delhi player over here. But I'm not sure. 18-1 as well, which is pretty crazy. Obviously, the fishing boat's counting as towards this because they can attack technically. Oh no! What was found? Oh, just a wood. Okay, so the market going up. Let's see if this force can kind of can do any damage. Obviously, if they were able to find this network, it would be pretty much over again. So Macroid has been 2 for 2 in finding out people that want to do trade first, and they are not about that life. They do not want to let them trade at all. Wonder if they're able to see this House of Wisdom and seeing that they got the trade wing, and if that's the case, maybe going to check to see if there's a market being built or thrown down somewhere around here or over here. Would not be surprised with the level of these players. That would kind of happen. We have where was it? There it is. Tower of Victory for the Moss and Monks. So obviously pretty standard for the Delhi player. Try to expand, try to get these sacred sites as quickly as possible. Start producing some gold and kind of getting control of the map. Here's the scout. Let's see. Is the scout going to see these? And if yes, then these spearmen are going to go immediately down and meet them. The scouts definitely see them at this point. Here comes the group of spearmen to kind of meet these merchants. And the second game in a row, Macroid is going to sniff out the secret trade going on and essentially making it impossible for the strategy that Mushroom wants to do as the absent player. Such a great name. Is he going to see this one? Oh, we have the archers coming out, which was obviously going to be a counter to these spearmen. Scout looping around, spearmen kind of sneaking out the back. But look at this economy for food. Look at the difference right here. 120 to 800 at this point in the game, which is just crazy. A nice wall going off just to make it so they'll see anything kind of trying to be popped up there. Knowing full well that something must be down here. Saw those merchants going down, so I'm sure that they're going to send a party down here. So they found them. Now they're going to see this in all of its glory at this point. Obviously, 3 archers are so annoying for spearmen to deal with because they can't, in time, if that other person micros out of the way, it's pretty much GG. Golden Age Tier 1 activated. 10 structures. Gather rate for all villagers by 15%. So pretty huge for Mushroom. But at this point, I'm still not so sure that they're going to be able to do much because of this economy in the middle, and also just the sheer amount of... Now they have horsemen coming out, which is going to capture these. And with these horsemen coming out, these archers are sufficiently dead, and so are, honestly, all these merchants, as you can see, immediately pulling them back, knowing that the gig is up. And this scout is seeing what's going on down here. As you can see, the little red dots are starting to stream into this little location up here, and probably going to take out both of these buildings as quick as possible. And this army's looping back down to do just that. And once these go down, I wouldn't be surprised of an early GG, because at this point they have no control. They have no control of the map. The Delhi is doing everything they want. They have now countered the. There's no army at all for the Apted player. It's 34 to 1. Any army they do produce is going to be countered pretty quickly. Walls going up everywhere to make sure they don't get any impact at all. These boats finally a boat decided to shoot, but at this point, if this goes down, he's going to be stranded and pretty much useless because they can't return the food anywhere. So at that point, it'll just be a useless. Oh, they're just gonna be like, all right, they can't heal it. So as long as there's no civilian coming in, it's gonna slowly burn down, I believe. There goes the first sacred site being captured. Here's another scholar going out to capture that sacred site. Still no. The first camel riders kind of coming out, but a huge mass army is already kind of solidified in the middle of the map. Another capturing sacred site. And Macroid kind of playing on a clinic on how to deal with anyone that wants to trade on the PUP server. Pretty impressive sniping that before the bears can go up. Those camel archers being surrounded. They can't go anywhere. Yep, running into a wall. They're trying. Oh, does slip out. Now done. Stuck in the berries. The merchants just doing nothing because they have nowhere to go because the vast amount of horses. I think it's gonna be GG. I wouldn't be surprised if a surrender happened in the next like 1 or 2 minutes. Sacred sites are on lock. We have all this new learning going down. We have infinite food at this point. And the absent player can't leave their base. And I think they're going to go sneak into... Yep. Here they go. One picked off already. But all this idle time... yeah, this is pretty much GG at this point. Let's see how long Mushroom wants to kind of drag this out. TBD, but we'll kind of wait and see. Look at how fast they are. Just cruising back down. These obviously can't do anything. Just stranded next to this useless market. We have walls going down because I assume that Mechro thinks that this is the one they would go after. This one's a lot closer to their main base. The horses spotting the production facilities over here. No one's going to come at them. Lonely Spearman sitting in their little funnel. And GG's. Alright. Well, thank you so much for joining or watching on YouTube.